Welcome to our eye-opening exploration of the top 10 countries that face significant safety challenges. In this video, we delve into the factors contributing to the instability and insecurity in these nations, shedding light on the realities faced by residents and travelers alike. From political unrest to high crime rates, natural disasters to ongoing conflicts, these countries present unique challenges and cautionary tales for those considering visiting or residing within their borders. Join us as we examine the complex issues surrounding safety in these regions and delve into the efforts being made to address them. Prepare for a thought-provoking journey through some of the world's most precarious places. To subscribe to our channel and stay updated with more informative content, remember to hit the subscribe button below the video. Join our community and be part of the conversation. Number 10. Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso's fight for safety is a struggle against a harsh climate and internal strife. The scorching Sahel region brings unpredictable rainfall, making agriculture, the lifeblood for most Burkinabe, a gamble. Droughts frequently devastate crops, pushing people towards hunger. Further complicating matters is weak governance plagued by corruption. Resources meant for education and healthcare are diverted, leaving the population vulnerable. Political instability and conflict add another layer of uncertainty, discouraging investment. To overcome these challenges, Burkina Faso needs to invest in sustainable agriculture, diversify its economy beyond farming, and strengthen its governance to break free from this cycle of danger. Number 9. Niger. Niger grapples with safety challenges due to its harsh environment. Located in the scorching Sahel, unpredictable rainfall and extreme heat make agriculture, the main source of income, risky. Droughts frequently cause crop failures and food insecurity. The economy's dependence on agriculture limits diversification and makes Niger vulnerable to external shocks. Rampant corruption diverts resources from education and healthcare, weakening institutions and hindering safety nets for vulnerable populations. Political instability and conflict further discourage investment and create uncertainty. Unregulated resource extraction fuels conflict and environmental degradation, weakening communities and limiting their ability to cope with challenges like drought. Niger's path to safety requires investment in sustainable agriculture, economic diversification, improved governance, and addressing the roots of instability. Number 8. Mali. Mali faces a complex web of dangers. Jihadist groups like Jenim and Al-Qaeda launch attacks and disrupt daily life, discouraging investment and development. Weak governance and corruption hinder Mali's ability to address security and basic services, fueling frustration and instability. Ethnic tensions simmer, ripe for exploitation. Limited economic opportunities, especially in rural areas, make people vulnerable to extremist recruitment. Droughts and erratic rainfall threaten food security and livelihoods, pushing people into poverty and desperation, further increasing their susceptibility to extremist ideology. Mali's path to safety requires addressing the root causes of poverty, ethnic tensions, and grievances, alongside strengthening governance. Number 7. Somalia. Decades of civil war have left Somalia in a dangerous situation. The constant violence shattered infrastructure, disrupted basic services, and displaced millions. This chaos discourages rebuilding and investment. The militant group Al-Shabaab carries out attacks and controls territory, creating fear and uncertainty. Years of conflict and drought have caused a severe humanitarian crisis, with millions facing hunger and lacking basic necessities. Weak governance and piracy further hinder progress. Somalia's vulnerability to climate disasters like droughts and floods creates a vicious cycle of danger. Lasting peace, improved governance, and international aid are crucial for a safer future. Number 6. Central African Republic. The Central African Republic, CAR, is trapped in a cycle of danger. Decades of civil war shattered infrastructure, displaced millions, and created a climate of fear. This discourages investment and development, hindering any chance of rebuilding. Weak governance and corruption make obtaining basic necessities difficult and leave victims of violence vulnerable. Lawlessness prevails, with kidnappings and violence a constant threat. Reliance on unpredictable rain for agriculture makes CAR vulnerable to droughts and food insecurity, pushing people into poverty and fueling instability. Exploitation of resources like diamonds benefits a few, while the majority struggles. Diseases and lack of healthcare further entrap the population. Breaking free requires lasting peace, improved governance, investment in infrastructure and social services, and sustainable farming practices. Number 5. Democratic Republic of Congo. The Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, is a rich country in a brutal situation. Overflowing with natural resources, it's plagued by danger. Decades of civil war shattered infrastructure, disrupted the economy, and displaced millions. This chaos discourages investment and creates breeding grounds for armed groups fighting over resources like cobalt and coltan. This exploitation benefits a few while the majority struggles. Rampant corruption diverts resources from education and healthcare, further entrenching poverty. The burden of diseases like malaria and HIV/AIDS reduces productivity and strains the healthcare system. The DRC's path to safety requires sustained peace, improved governance, and investment in infrastructure and social services. Number 4. South Sudan. South Sudan, despite gaining independence in 2011, remains incredibly dangerous. Decades of civil war crippled infrastructure, stunted development, and displaced millions. This ongoing instability discourages investment and creates a climate of fear. The oil-dependent economy suffers when prices fluctuate, limiting diversification. Unpredictable rainfall leads to droughts and floods, disrupting agriculture and causing food insecurity. Weak governance and corruption divert resources from essential services, hindering progress. South Sudan's path to safety requires lasting peace, investment in infrastructure and social services, and a shift away from relying solely on oil exports. Number 3. Syria. Syria's descent into danger is a tragic story. The civil war that erupted in 2011 continues to rage, leaving a trail of shattered infrastructure, disrupted services, and displaced millions. This constant chaos discourages investment and development, hindering any chance of rebuilding. The presence of extremist groups further amplifies the danger, with terrorist attacks and violence a constant threat. Chemical weapons used during the war instilled fear, weakening governance and fueling corruption. Obtaining basic necessities like food and healthcare is difficult, and a weak justice system leaves victims vulnerable. Years of war have devastated infrastructure, making daily life a struggle for millions reliant on aid. Breaking free requires a lasting peace agreement and significant reconstruction efforts to create a safe and secure future for Syria. Number 2. Yemen. Yemen's descent into danger is a complex story. Decades of instability and corruption weakened the economy before the civil war erupted in 2014. This conflict has been catastrophic. Infrastructure lies in ruins, disrupting food production and displacing millions. The war also triggered a severe economic crisis, with skyrocketing inflation making essentials unaffordable for many. The resulting humanitarian crisis is one of the world's worst, with millions facing hunger and lacking basic necessities. Until a peaceful resolution is reached and reconstruction efforts begin, Yemen's struggle for safety will likely continue. Number 1. Afghanistan. Afghanistan continues to be incredibly dangerous in 2024 due to a web of issues. The Taliban takeover and presence of armed groups create constant instability and violence. The threat of terrorist attacks is high, with bombings, shootings, and kidnappings a grim reality. Years of war have crippled infrastructure, making basic necessities like healthcare difficult to obtain. Widespread crime, like robbery and extortion, thrives due to a weak justice system. This chaos, coupled with a severe humanitarian crisis, makes Afghanistan a challenging and unsafe place to live.